weekend fulfilled its promise of repatriating Nigerian girls trafficked to Ivory Coast. The girls were rescued after an expose by activist Martin Socher, also known as Verydarkman. The airline CEO, Dr. Allen Onyema, who is renowned for his unwavering patriotism and selfless public service, vowed to repatriate the girls free of charge after receiving reports about their conditions, many of whom had been victims of human trafficking and lured into exploitative situations under false pretenses. Well, on Saturday, May 10th, 78 of the girls returned home and were welcomed aboard the Air Peace aircraft by Dr. Allen Onyema, who promised to provide medical care and psychosocial support.
Fellow Nigerians, how are you? You're welcome back to our country. It's the joy of the president of this country that you're back today. And President Tinubu is very, very happy. Nigeria belongs to you. We are going to give you the treatment, the good treatment you deserve. Don't lose hope in your nation. As you're going out there, federal government officials are waiting for you to welcome you, not to arrest you. They will give you, take care of you, and encourage you, and make you believe in your nation, Nigeria. There's no other country we have. This is the best place to be. Forget everything. We have our difficulties, but every country has its own difficulties. We are very sorry that some people deceived you. You don't deserve to be deceived. So we are bringing you back to rehabilitate you and reintegrate you into the Nigerian society. We can have a president in any of you. Don't look down on yourself. You can be a governor tomorrow. You can be anything you want to be. We don't need to sell our bodies to do anything. May God continue to bless all of you and bless our nation. Do not look down on yourself. Believe in yourself, you can be anything you want to be. God bless you.
Can we all applaud this patriotic Nigerian? I mean, this is not the first time that we are seeing the CEO of Air Peace Airline, repatriating our girls, coming to the aid of Nigerians that are, stuck abroad. We saw him do it in South Africa. We've seen him do it in Sudan, in other countries. But we know that the rescue was a joint effort by Air Peace, the Nigerian Embassy in Abidjan, and the Nigerian community in Côte d'Ivoire. This is part of a series of similar interventions by Dr. Allen Onyema. This is how I believe that the private sector can contribute to nation building. Dr. Abati.
Well, very quickly, Mr. Allen Onyema, he continues to show patriotism, commitment to the common good, and he continues to support good causes. Now, in 2019, he was the one that evacuated Nigerians from South Africa when there was that xenophobic problem. When the crisis erupted in between Ukraine and Russia, it was also Mr. Allen Onyema, free of charge, who provided aircraft to go and bring Nigerians home. I think he did the same thing, when there was crisis in Sudan, and he doesn't get paid for this. You could see him there mentoring, the younger people who have been involved in this issue of trafficking. I think that the best way that Nigeria can pay tribute to his effort and encourage other players in the private sector to show this level of commitment is to make sure that when they compile the National Honors List this year, that his name is there and that he is honored. These are the kind of people we want on the National Honors List, not traditional rulers who are just enjoying undeserved privileges, collecting the big titles. Excuse me?
Nothing.
Okay, collecting big titles, just because they are sitting on a hereditary stool. People who make a difference are the ones to be recognized. And I'm recommending Mr. Allen Onyema of Air Peace for that national honor. Now, you made the point that this was as a result of collaboration between the Nigerian embassy in Abidjan, the Nigerian community in Abidjan, and also the chairman of Air Peace. And maybe that's why appropriately he gave the credit to the president of Nigeria. But the question to ask is, where is the national agency for the prohibition of trafficking in persons? Nigeria has a statutory body called NAPTIP, And the job of that agency is to make sure that, young Nigerians are not subjected to this. It's not only Ivory Coast that people are taking to. Many of our Nigerians, ladies, they are on the streets of Italy. Yes. Many are, on their way to Libya. Many are on the high seas as you speak, and they are likely to meet very desperate ends. They are in Qatar, they are in Saudi Arabia, working as maid and as sex slaves. Now, NAFTIP needs to be reformed to make it more efficient, to be able to meet its original mandate.
Yes, I like that point. NAFTIP needs to be reformed. And you asked the question, where was NAFTIP? I believe they were there, to receive the girls as well. In April, Verydarkman donated 20 million naira to the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAFTIP, to support the rescue and rehabilitation of the trafficked girls to Ivory Coast and other countries. VDM was also at the airport to receive the girls. Dr. Alan Onyema called him the hero of the moment for bringing the story to limelight and emphasized the importance of patriotism.
I must use this opportunity to thank the man they call VDM, Verydarkman. He was the one that brought this awareness. It was Darkman that made us even know that something like this existed. And I must thank him. I think he is hero of this particular night. It's a national assignment. I feel so proud of being Nigerian. That's the only thing. That's the only country we've got to. I mean, we have to instill in our youth that sense of belonging, that sense of patriotism, sense of nationalism. That is why I preach broad nationalism in Nigeria as against ethnic and religious nationalism.
The borders are porous, the immigration are not doing too much. They waste their time with bag of rice that is coming into Nigeria, contraband goods, We have more problems. Because of the porousness of the border, you have insecurity in the country, terrorism and all. It's not only bag of rice. The immigration needs to expand, expand what they do with their time. How come over 200, 500 girls are leaving Nigeria almost every day? Bringing them back is not a solution, but stopping them from going is the solution, right? Now, this trafficking is not only outside the country. It still happens inside Nigeria. A kid standing on the road to beg you, different traffic junctions in Nigeria is also trafficking. Some of them are being trafficked and turned into beggars. The problem is really, really big.
All right. Again, kudos to Verydarkman, and I think that he did a good job in highlighting the fact that we have a porous border. And he's urging the federal government to tackle that because that is the major problem for the trafficking in our young girls. I mean, yesterday we saw these girls coming back. Some of them were pregnant. Some of them, had the, really horrific stories that they had experienced in Côte d'Ivoire. We're glad that our girls are back home. Kudos to Dr. Alan Onyema, Air Peace, and, of course, Verydarkman. Well, in another development, an Air Peace aircraft narrowly avoided a catastrophic accident at the Asaba airport in Delta State when an antelope ran under its landing gear. As it touched down, the aircraft struck and killed the antelope, causing significant damage and disrupting flights. Many Nigerians questioned how the antelope ended up under the aircraft's wheels. The NCAA confirmed that such incidents are not caused by the airlines, but do contribute to significant flight disruptions and delays. Adefemi, can you believe this? This incident, they said, actually occurred a week after the NCAA had advised Air Peace to reduce its operations to align with its available aircraft due to persistent flight delays and cancellations. Air Peace immediately refuted the NCAA's claims of a shortage of aircraft, attributing the flight delays and cancellations to safety concerns. Right. And that's what, Air Peace had said. But you see this sort of incident happening. An antelope, we hear of bird strikes. Right. We hardly hear of antelopes going into, the wheels of an aircraft.
Definitely,
yes.
definitely. So, I mean, Ooh, it's a big deal, isn't it? And
Yes.
I think that, you know, in situations like this, it's definitely an act of God, isn't it? Or,
Yes.
or just an accident in its purest form.
Right.
This is something that you cannot foresee,
Yes.
and obviously something that will cause a disruption. And as we've heard many times when it comes to aviation and air peace specifically, they've talked about the priority of safety when we're
Yes.
looking at air travel.
Absolutely. I mean, we see bird strike and then we see antelopes. Thank God that there was not a huge casualty. I believe that we have to really...
This is not the first time that this will happen.
An antelope?
No.
Cow.
Oh, this time was a cow.
Once upon a time, at Rivers International Airport, you know, an aircraft ran into a herd of cows on the runway. At the end of the day, you know, people brought buckets, you know, they brought nylon bags to come and collect
their own pieces.
Their own piece of meat. Some people were saying this antelope looks like pepper soup. But
my own concern here is what will have happened to this antelope?
I
Because
knew
in
you were
Yoruba
going
land, antelope is what they call etu, or what they call igala.
Yes.
You know, and some animals are considered sacred.
Yeah.
When you kill some of those sacred animals, you cannot eat alone. Other people must share parts
Yes,
of it.
yes.
I don't know.
Saying that there's implications on top of this antelope.
That's where he's going with the story. I mean, that's
we need
why
to
the
find
story
out
has
what
been
happened to
trending.
the antelope.
Yes, people
Because
want to
some
know what
people will
happened to
have
that
eaten,
antelope.
and I hope they follow tradition, you know, and
Yes,
shared
yes.
the pepper soup.
People want to know what
Pepper
happened
soup.
to that antelope. I knew he was going to do the pepper soup and jollof rice, but I mean, thank God there was no casualty in this sort of accident. Well, let's head over to Rivers State now, where the suspended governor, Sim Fubara, has declared that he is not desperate to return to office, while cautioning his supporters against actions that could worsen the political tension in the state. Fubara made the statement at the service of songs held in honor of the late elder statesman, Sir Edwin Clark, in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, on Sunday. Let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
Even some of you, have you asked yourself, do you think I am even interested in going back there? I want to ask you, don't you see how better I look? Do you think I'm interested in it? If I have my way, I say it's here. It's a matter of God. I don't wish going back there. My spirit has left that place long ago. So all this, I want everybody to focus. Please, it's not everything you do, you think. There are some fights you don't fight, some things you don't do. You need to ask the person. Does he want it? Have peace. If you have known me, you can see me, you can say, I know better now. In as much as we have things that we need to do for our state, we know people have made sacrifice for us, and we, one way or another, have to stand by them. Does not mean that we should start firing without any target. We need to be focused.
All right. I mean, I believe this event was organized by the Rivers Elders Forum. And during that event, I believe the Rivers Elders Forum were, showing their support for Fubara. And that is why he made that comment at the moment. But let me take this tweet from Uche, who wrote, "It's easy to claim indifference when your position is in jeopardy. If Fubara truly believes he isn't desperate, why does every of his actions scream otherwise? If Fubara is truly not worried about power, why not step back and let someone else take the wheel for a change?" Well, Tosin wrote, "Rivers State is unfortunate to have a governor like this. I hope you refuse to return and let the state have a leader courageous enough to stand up to challenges and lead the state." Well, he went on to say Wike wants a weak puppet like this as a governor so he can control the state in proxy. But it backfired on him. So the state is left in ruins and jeopardy. Well, in a dramatic twist of events, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, made a surprise appearance at a high-stakes PDP Governors Forum meeting in Abuja on Sunday, marking his first appearance in months amidst tension within the party. Wike's attendance at the meeting has sparked a debate online due to his alignment with the APC-led federal government and his central role in the breakaway G5 faction of the party. Let me take this tweet from Adan, who wrote, "We're not practicing a democracy in Nigeria. There's no trust or ideology. It's just like a business. Imagine a man is appointed, in the ruling party, serving as minister while claiming to be a member of the opposition party? Bimbai, that's the question out there. I mean, yesterday we saw that viral video of Minister Wike storming the PDP Governors Forum meeting to the surprise of many. Like I said, it's his first attendance in a long while. We haven't seen him align with the PDP. What does this signal? People have said Wike's attendance has also sparked speculation about a possible reconciliation or a shift in his political strategy, potentially offering a lifeline to the PDP as it navigates internal challenges and prepares for future elections. Those two.
Yes,
stories.
well, I mean, yesterday saw what I think was a bold moment for the PDP this year, as we saw both sitting and former governors coming together to try and come up with a plan to rescue the party. I know everybody will be looking forward to hearing from Nyesom Wike, so I'm going to round up my comments very quickly because I know he's holding a media parley immediately after this. But very quickly on Siminalayi Fubara, well, what do people want from a man? He's tried the gra-gra approach. It didn't work for him. He's now trying the peaceful approach. Let's see if the president's advice to him to stoop to conquer is what will do the magic for him.
All right, let the man breathe. Let the man breathe, right? At this point, that's what